Hello, hello, hello. This is Kathy, and I'm here with Mashup Mondays. And today I'm making a folder, kind of a flippy folder that I adapted and mashed up from one that I made years ago, and that's been around that you've probably seen. And I've made it on a miniature level and then changed it up quite a bit. And here's what it is. I have it closed with this clip, and it has pockets here if you choose. It opens up and you have pockets here and here. You have pockets here. Then this opens up and you have pockets here and here. You have a bunch of pockets here. Then when you close it, you have pockets in the back. And back here, in the very back. So that's what we'll be making. Stick around if you'd like to learn how. I'm making it from 3 pieces of cardstock. You don't have to use cardstock. You can use regular scrapbook paper or copy paper if you'd like, tea-dyed paper. I'll set that aside, but I cut it down to 5 by 5. And now I want to decide which one I want to be the centerpiece. If you're using patterned paper, it's best to have one without the pattern, without a directional, not without a pattern. Like this has direction. It's not going to show very much. I decided I'm going to use it anyway. So I'm going to use 3 pieces of 5 by 5 cardstock, and this is going to be my centerpiece, and I'm going to start by showing you what to do here. And all I'm doing is I'm taking the bottom and folding it almost all the way to the top. And if you want a measurement, get a good ruler. This is the worst. This is about a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to use a bone folder for this. And if you'd like, you could use 6 by 6 paper, 7 by 7, just so that it's a square for this one. And then I'm going to take the piece and I'm going to fold it over. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to fold it to a stopping point at 4 inches from each side. And I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So I have one point here. I'm going to fold this over so that this piece here, meets the 4-inch mark. Just like that. I'm going to fold that over and I'm going to give it a nice crisp fold. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold that same piece over on the other side to the 4.4-inch mark on that side. Obviously, if you're using a different size paper, you're going to have to adjust it. What it basically is, it's about 2 inches in. I have 6 inches. This is 4 inches from either side, leaving me 2 inches. So it should work the same if you go in about 2 inches from your end point. And that's going to be one side. Now, if you see how I have it, there's 2 sides. There's one side without the piece that folds up and one side that doesn't have one. one side with and one side without. You're going to be working on the side with the piece that folds up. And for this, I want to make sure I'm telling you right. And I'm telling you wrong. You're going to fold it this way so you have your double pockets. I'm sorry for that confusion. So for the center one, you're folding it so that you have the pockets here. And there's not a separate piece here. That's on the back. Did that make sense? And you have a choice. You can glue it to the front, this flap, or you can tuck it in. Either way, I'm going to have glue all the way along the bottom so that we have a pocket there. And I'm going to do that just like that. Fold that down. I'm going to tuck this in and then make sure it gets glued to give us that pocket. Just like that. Now, we're doing the other pieces exactly the same, but you're going to use this piece, just dry that. You're going to use this piece as a guide. I'm going to decide which piece I want up. And I'm going about 1/4 of an inch from the top. And I'm going to measure that by making sure our bottoms meet. This one's a little short, so I'm going to come down just a little bit. Let me make sure. And that's about right. And for this, I'm going to just use this as a guide to match it up. I'm not going to measure the 4 inches in on this. Just like that. And on this one, I'm going to turn it this way because I still want these pockets on the inside. And they look like little envelopes, don't they? Okay. And I'm going to leave one open because that's going to be glued to the back of the centerpiece. So I'm going to glue this one down on the bottom. And I'm going to glue this little angle part too. You don't have to, but I want it to be a little stabler, a little more stable. And then this one, I'm going to glue at the bottom and on that little angle part. I'm going to also glue it up the side. And then my centerpiece is going to fit right in there. And you want to try to make the front line up so you don't, it's not all cattywonker. So it might take some adjusting on the folds, on how you fold it. Okay? Just like that. And we're doing the other one the same way. And I'm going to use this as a guide again. Just so I know that I'm lining up the bottom. And on this one, because I folded the other one wrong, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to line it up again, and using that as a guide, give it a nice crisp fold. And this is a guide. I'm folded in a little smaller than the template because I had all that bulk in there. This is going to go on this side. Make sure it matches up as best we can do. This looks like I need to come in a little bit. So I'm going to check it. I'm going to fold it in even more because I was a little off. But that's what's great about paper craft. You can always fix your mistakes. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to put glue again on the bottom and up the side. And it looks like it matches up pretty well. And on this one, down the angle piece along the bottom. Okay. And that is the base of your little fold out. I think it's so cute. Now I'm going to go ahead. I put eyelets in the tops. You don't have to do that, but I thought it was cute, so I'm going to do that again. And you'll notice when I open it up, I see the back of all the eyelets. It doesn't matter. I like the front one to have the good side of the eyelet, and this has the good side. Probably will do that the other way because we don't see the back except when we turn it. So I'm going to make some holes. Whoop, wrong side. Boom. 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 And those of you who don't use eyelets or have trouble using them, I had so much trouble in the beginning when I started using eyelets. Some of you have heard this. I mean, I really did. I was always mashing up the eyelets, and it was really frustrating. It wasn't until I stopped looking at the directions and then just did it, figured it out, and all of a sudden I had no problem with them at all. I mean, occasionally I might. So it was funny. Whoop. Whoop, lost it. Besides adding a little more stability to your piece with eyelets, to me, I love the idea of something hard and soft together. And I'm going to add a ribbon to this. We have pink and red. Let's see. I get my ribbon from Scrap Cabins. Scrap Cabin Shop is where I get my ribbon. I think I'll use this color. And you can also use seam binding, scraps of material that you cut into slices or strips, slices. I guess I'm hungry. I'm thinking of pizza or something. Oh my gosh, you know it was 90 degrees today in Miami. 90 degrees. Give me a break. It's only March. I mean, it's not like it's not 85, but there's a big difference between 85 and 90 degrees. I can't get my finger in there. There we go. So it's just coming too fast, this crazy weather. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Now it's time to decorate a little bit. And I pulled some flowers and some lace. Let's see what I have. If this gets too messy up here, I apologize. I'm a messy crafter. Well, everybody, I was out of frame for a good majority of the decorating, so what I've done is I'm going to just give you a quick flip through of what I did. The closure is a clip, and I simply place a purchased flower on it, glue it, and then do a circle punch on the back and glue that together. Here's the front. I started going out of frame when I put the lace on and such. Remember, this is a pocket up here. I have some flowers in there. Open it up. And then I have a few things in here, and then I cut a flower to go by the pocket. And then this is actually the back piece. But I added a stamp and some flowers and something to write on. And you open it up for the centerpiece. I have a little photograph, some flowers, some ephemera, shine, some lace, and a butterfly. And then on this side, in the little pocket, I have some mushroom stamps and the stamp of a little girl with a mushroom. I think that's so cute. And a hummingbird. And just a little piece of scraps. Close that and turn it over. And I put some ephemera that someone could put in. And that's it. So I'm sorry I had to, I have to remember when I'm in frame. Even though I have a piece of tape down showing me, I just didn't realize it. Anyway, I do hope that you try to make this, and it was a lot of fun. It'll look so cute in your journal, or you can do it as a standalone mini journal. You all have a great evening. Bye-bye, and thanks for joining me.